Good morning, Quadcopter 101 here, and before we get started, let's get the shout out of the way. Today's shout out goes to Omatola Elori. Omatola Elori was the first to say first in one of my recent videos, and thus wins this shout out. So what do I got for you? This is the UDI RC-U51. What is the UDI RC-U51? Well, it's just a simple beginner's drone, learn to fly drone, well protected propellers. But what's cool about this, what interested me was, it's this entire outer ring here, the protection ring, is encased with LED strip inside there, colored LED inside there that actually change colors as you're flying. Okay, this is available in blue and red structure, but the colors that come through the LED strips alternate. So you can't really dictate what color LEDs you're getting because they change colors as you're flying. It looks really cool at night. I'm going to include some either night flying or just night shots of the drone to show the lights on it. That's the idea, is mainly for indoor flying, mainly at night indoor flying, because it looks so cool. But as a flyer, we're going to find out today. It includes automatic takeoff, automatic landing. It includes altitude hold, 1 key return, and headless mode. Okay, those are the other features of this. Let's go over its control. Oh, I haven't talked about the battery. The battery is charged. It's an internal battery, unfortunately, and it is charged via this micro USB port in the back here. I don't know the size of that internal battery, unfortunately. You know how much flight time. We're going to discover that today. I believe they're planning in the future here to include optical flow, because they got, well, this is the on-off switch on the bottom here. Never mind. Never mind, that's the on-off switch on the bottom. I believe they're planning to include a camera, though, because it does have a little camera section here, but there is no camera. I think it just lights up, actually. Let's find out. Yeah, lights up with a red flashing eyeball. It's pretty cool looking. Let's take it for a flight and see how it performs. It's real simple to operate, real simple to set up. You hold this button down for a few seconds and make sure everything's... Wait. Yeah, everything's... I can see the LED lights. You can't see it in the sunlight, obviously, but it is powered. And to bind it, you go down and up for this one. And again, this is your headless mode button here. This is your rates. I'm going to go actually to third rate because we do have a breeze today. This is automatic takeoff and landing, and if you hold it down to the right, I believe it's emergency stop. Or if you hold it down, it's emergency stop. And these buttons here have no function, but I can press into this throttle stick and it beeps, so I don't know if that's your flip button or not. We're going to find out, because this should have flips, although it didn't say such in the directions. But let's try the takeoff. Okay, we are in high rate, and again I have a wind, but it's fighting that wind. Let's bring it up higher. Actually flies very nicely. Will it pick up a drift in this wind? Let's find out. Most of the cheap toy quadcopters, whoa, that wind is picking up. But it's fighting it. Good for you. Most of the cheap toy quadcopters pick up drifts in the wind. This is not. It's fighting that wind very nicely. Let's try this button, the throttle button. Does it flip? No, it does nothing, just beeps. So there's no flip feature. Whoa. That wind must have done something there. Let's see if that was a problem or not. Takeoff. No. Wind flipped it. There's a real good breeze coming right now, but it doesn't seem to care. Okay, I can see the green lights around it, but again, they're not showing up in the daylight. I'm surprised that this thing's able to fight this wind. You know what I haven't tried yet? Well, I'm afraid to try it right now because of the wind, is what happens. What happens, it did it again. The wind flipped it again. If this loses control, connection with the controller, can I start the motors down and out? Down and in. Let's do manual takeoff this time. Okay, let's take it up higher in future and go upwind with it. Which way's the wind blowing? Right there. Let the wind blow it back. Come the wind is a little bit less up there than it is down here, because I'm feeling lots of wind down here. Well, bringing it in close. So yeah, this is a nice flyer for beginners. Well protected. Gets a little wonky there when the wind hits it. I mean, you know, it gets buffeted by a blast of wind, and its gyro sensors will flip it. It seems, if it gets too much wind. No, this wind is blowing real strong, and there it goes by me with the wind. Let's bring it back forward. Let's try the headless mode. We haven't tried that yet. Right, back. So it thinks this direction's headless mode. Let's bring it over here. That direction is headless mode. So what I can do now, let's bring it down closer. It's trying to fight that wind. The lights are starting to blink, so the battery's getting low. Cool little drone. That it could fly in this wind. I was hoping to do a lot of flights today, but I ain't going to be able to do such. Am I still in it? No, I brought it out of headless mode there. Whoa, there, wind tossed it again. And here, well, that is a big blast of wind. Let's see if I can do a hand toss. Well, maybe not. Do a hand launch. Well, apparently this is the only drone I'm going to be able to fly today. The other ones I brought with me will not be able to handle this wind. But I am actually surprised that this is able to handle this wind. I mean, my gosh, it's got that prop guard around it. You'd think it'd act like a sail, but it actually can fight the wind very well. Look at that red eye on the front of that. I don't know if you can see it or not. So not too shabby a little flyer. It's just that the wind will flip it over and then it loses control. But I'm surprised it can actually fly in the wind, period, you know. Yeah, nice little flyer. It'll be awesome at night. I'm going to try to fly it at night. We'll see. Nights around here have been really windy lately. I mean, really windy. I don't think this will be able to handle it. And if it's still that way tonight, I'm just going to show it indoors. Show the lights indoors. Probably on my table. But it is a nice little flyer. I don't think it's too costly. Really pretty. I mean, really pretty, those lights. The wind blowing it down past me. The wind's really picking up now. But it's going into it. Good for you. Okay, starting to get sluggish. That means our battery is almost out. Although I'm not seeing flashing on the front. I don't know what that flashing. Oh, it was headless mode. That's why it was flashing. We still got power on this thing. Let the wind bring it back to me. And then the wind stops right there. Get a thumbnail. Going back up. Let the wind blow it back again. Come down here. Yep, great for beginners. Very good for beginners, this one. And they'll really like the colors. Especially kids would love those colored lights on this thing. The UDI-RC U51. Yeah, they're going to put a camera on that probably in the future. What was I going to do today? I'm going to fly an airplane here. Vertical takeoff and landing. I wanted to demonstrate vertical takeoff and landing, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that today with this wind. But I'm still going to fly it just for the heck of it. And flying this one here. till its battery dies. We're going to see how long of a battery power. Is that it? Was that it? Let's see. I'll try another hand takeoff. That'll tell me whether it's out of power. Nope. Still got juice. How come your lights aren't flashing yet? What kind of battery do they got in you? Must be a big battery. They don't say in the description what size battery this thing has. Oh, it turned there in the wind, and as soon as I went downwind, it lost power. That's the wind doing this, folks. But that's okay. Automatic takeoff again. I'm not going to turn downwind. I'm just going to let the wind float it back. And I'm also watching these water sprinklers. They're moving down toward my way here. They go off every 15 minutes. Another set goes off. I got doused by these several times here. So I'm watching myself. Okay, let's hover. Oh, listen. Low battery warning. Ain't that cool? Okay, we're going to save this battery. We're going to land it. Let's try the landing button. Automatic landing. So it gives you a nice warning when the battery gets low. So again, this is the UDI-RC U51. Make sure it's off. From UDI-RC. Cool little... I'm going to get doused. I better get out of here. Hope you enjoyed this flight. It's Quadcopter 101, signing out. Okay, here it is at night. I just want to show you. This thing really lights up nicely. It's a real pretty little drone at night. But let's see if we can fly it in the wind. There's a bit of a wind today. So let's do an automatic takeoff. Or actually, I want to make it high rate. Make sure we're in a high rate before we do this. See? It's being buffeted by the wind. But real pretty little drone, huh? I'm trying to keep it in the wind. But I just want to show you the lights. And indeed, it is a real pretty little flyer. Let me go up a bit higher. In the night sky. Okay. That's all. I just wanted to show you the lights. So let's bring it in. Where's the landing button on this thing? Ah, just land it. So, hope you enjoyed this flight. Quadcopter 101, signing out.